Okay, so just shot another 6 arrows out of it. Shooting pretty good. So what I like to do this time is unstring it again. A lot of stringing, a lot of unstringing going on when you're setting up a string, but and the reason I like to do that is because I'm going to set these knocks. If you remember, I didn't pitch them all the way. I just enough so it didn't move. And I went shot them 6 arrows, but now I want to get them set up, you know, where they need to be, and they were good. So the reason I don't like to leave the bowstring when you do that is there's a lot of tension on this string, and for sure if your knock's off a little bit, don't try to, because these pliers, I don't know if you're unfamiliar with them, that little triangle piece right there is meant for splitting the knock apart. Once it's tight, it goes in there and then splits it so you can take it off of a string. If you do that with your string strong under pressure, you'll break your string every time. And that I found out the hard way years ago when I first started messing with strings. You don't want to do that. So what we're gonna go ahead and do now is set these knocks, pinch them all the way tight. As if you remember, they're still spread open. So knocking pliers are 2 different sizes, for obviously different size knocks, different size strings. So what I found is to have the opening back towards the plier just a little bit, squeeze it, and then you kind of rotate it up so that way the opening, it'll tighten it down but not all the way, and then you rotate the opening up so it's pointing up to the top of the hole in the pliers. Once you got it like that, you just simply put the pressure to it. So, see if I can show this to you. There's a knock that's been pinched closed. There's a knock that's still open. So we do the same thing again. I found if you try to go to the top of the hole right off the rip, it's not pinched tight enough that it'll crimp all the way. So you start with the opening in the knock, facing towards the back of the plier. Give it a little squeeze. And then you rotate it up to where, and this is just me, I've never had anybody teach me how to do this, this is just me trying to figure it out on my own. Then you point it up to where the opening's facing up. And then do your final crimp. And don't be afraid to give that thing a squeeze. You're not going to break it, especially if you don't have any tension on it. But you will get that crimp good and tight, and those knocks are perfect. They're not going to come off. So once I've gotten the knocks set, I come over to the vise. Typically, we'll take the string off the bow when I do this as well. So I'm not any chance of hurting the bow. But when you put these crimps on there, where am I? When you put these crimps on there, you can see it in the light. It puts marks in those. I believe that's brass, which is soft. So it's going to put marks in there. It's going to have little edges. I just take a metal file. And you got to be real careful when you're doing this not to dig the file into the serving, because you will cut it instantly. Which is why I like to use a vise. I just like to kind of bend the string down. And just real easy go over. And it doesn't take a lot. I mean, like I said, I believe these are brass, which brass is a soft metal. Where's that furnace again? So brass is a soft metal. It don't take too long. I just like to knock them little sharp edges down. careful not to hit your serving because you, like I said, you will cut it. And then once you get one, I mean, you can feel the first one you filed, nice and smooth. You can go to the second one and feel them ridges. And you just move on once you get your first one done. So as you can see, just in a little bit of time, I'm well below 7 inches. I'm gonna go ahead. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 twists on the top. Twist on the bottom. Now we're right up to 7. So once you get all that, you got your knock set, you got your string twisted, you got the brace height at 7. What I like to do is just shoot the bow a while. And then as you shoot that string, it's a new string, so that string is going to stretch. So you might shoot 50 shots, come back, and brace heights drop a 1/4 inch, or brace heights come down 3/8 of an inch. So you take it off, twist it, get it back set, and you're going to do that process numerous times. The strings are just going to stretch for a while with being a new string. So let's take a look at this this bow. I just put a new string on this one last week. So I just picked this one up last week. Maybe 2 weeks now. I just had no cheap string on it. So I took it off, and this string I got from 3 Rivers Archery. It was the bow's 52, so the string's 48. I probably, in that first week, I probably took it off and had to adjust it, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. Right now my brace height is right at 7. So it's been holding right at 7 for a couple days now, so it's probably good to go. You probably won't have to, once you get it set and once the string sets, you probably won't have to put a twist in, you know, for maybe 6 months. But just keep an eye on your brace height, obviously. But as you can see, I did the same thing. I did the 2 knock on this bow. I do that on every string. And grab an arrow, I'll show you why. All right, so if you every bow hunter's been there. You get your bow hanging in your deer stand, you knock your arrow off the shelf, and it drops to the ground below. So if you have 2 knocks on, like I like to run, but that helps. For one, it helps your arrow be in the same spot every time, so your arrow can't go up or down when you're shooting, which also helps. But the other thing that does is it helps hold your arrow when you do that. So that's why I like 2 knocks. So as you shoot, it's definitely going to stretch the string. You just got to keep going back, put twists on it. Like I said, it took about a week to get this one to stop stretching. And now it's holding right at 7, perfect, shooting great. The brace height is important for a couple of reasons. It's important for accuracy, obviously. It does affect your arrow. But another major thing a brace height does, if your brace height's too low, I mean, your bow's just going to be loud. It's going to be noisy. It's going to sound like a compound going off. Brace height, if you get your brace height perfect and you're shooting, you're going to notice that your bow, I mean, that's the quietest it's going to shoot. So it's important to have your brace height. And 7 is, generally the standard for bows. I mean, some bows are probably, just depending on the bow, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. So you just got to find that perfect medium. But I think I got to shoot this bow for a while now. Alright folks, so as you can see, just down the basement, it's a typical basement. It's got clutter, it's got junk, it's got a little this, a little that. Like I said, I'm shooting probably 8 yards. But what's great about it is you're shooting when it's winter time up in, up here in Ohio and it's cold out there. Just being able to shoot this close is awesome. It really gives you time to slow down and work on your form and work out any kinks you might have. So that's what I do, like shooting close. Not sure about this. It's a little louder than what I remember it being, but I also haven't shot it in a while. Alright folks, well, thanks for watching this little quick video about how I put a string on. I'd appreciate your views, and if you guys like this type of video, a little archery, traditional archery video, be sure to comment and let me know what I did wrong, because I'm sure somebody's out there has a better way. Like I said, I'm not a expert, and this is all stuff I kind of just figured out from reading magazines back in the day before you could just get on the internet and watch YouTube videos about it. So anyways, appreciate the views, so y'all take care.